What's good, people? It's Just Brandon Podcast coming to you guys, not live, but right in your ears on December the 31st, 2014. Yes, we've reached the end of the road, and we can't let go. It's so natural. It belongs to me. I belong to you. The end of 2014. Hopefully it's been a good year for you. If not, don't sweat it, because you got a whole nother year to make it bigger, better, and live. Now, I'm currently sitting down doing this show for you guys, and I love it. And I gotta say, this is my third podcast I've done, and it's just been fun. Like, don't get it twisted. Adidas hasn't rolled up on me. Coca-Cola hasn't said we want you to talk on our next advertisement. None of that. But I've been getting lots of love from people, and I gotta give that back. So I gotta drop a couple shout-outs, right? First shout-out goes to Mike Rips on my Insta, right? This dude, Mike Rips, now I don't follow him, which I feel bad about now, but every time I put up anything about a podcast, the dude likes it. You know what I mean? That type of appreciation goes far with me. You know what I mean? And it's not just him. Lacey Vegas, Blue Gino, like whenever I do anything podcast related, they drop a comment. Now, some people say, well, you know, what's a comment? For me, a comment's a lot. That means you took time to say, you know what, let me think of a word to drop to this individual to express my appreciation for what they're doing. For me, that goes a long way. It was only one word, but yo, that was a big, big thing for me. That made my day. I have to follow all three of those guys when I'm finished, because it just shows, you know, there's appreciation out there. And I like to reciprocate the appreciation. You know what I mean? Also, recent news, Ebola's here. Ebola, oh no. I'm talking about in London, by the way, for anyone freaks out. Ebola's here. Ebola is like the biological version of Debo. You know, it's like the bacterial biological version of Debo. You just hear Ebola. Da, 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 da. Everyone gets shook. They start hiding things. Gas mask goes on. And I don't like the fact that Ebola has come to the country via this one woman. Why? Because A&E is going to be packed out now. If I would sprain an ankle or, you know, something like that, or wrist, I'd go to the A&E to sort of, you know, get it seen to make sure it's nothing dangerous. Now, I'm going to sprinkle some Robitussin on it. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to maybe get some aspirin. I'm going to go to sleep. Because all the hypochondriacs are going to be at the clinic. I mean, at the A&E now, not the clinic. At the A&E now. Why? Because the moment they cough, they have some weird colored phlegm. They sneeze too many times in succession. Wind, breeze hit them. They're going to go to the A&E. I keep saying clinic. I don't know why. They're going to go to the A&E, and they're going to think, oh my God, I have Ebola. Please help me. For those of you guys who are listening in America, A&E is the accident emergency, you know what I mean? So basically, you know, it's the thing you go to if you think, oh God, this happened to me right now, please see me. What else is in the news? In my news anyway, my fan page has finally gone up. Yes, the It's Just Brandon fan page on Facebook is finally up. The link will be in the description. Now, I was trying to go for It's Just Brandon because I've had a lot of things under it, you know, my Insta, my Twitter, everything. Facebook's been on It's Just Brandon, but I couldn't do it, so I had to go with It's Just Brandon, bruh. Just Brandon, bruh. And I like it. It's like, you know, in your face. It's Just Brandon, bruh. Woo. Got to throw in a bird sound, you know, just to fill up the ad-lib space. But yeah, It's Just Brandon, bruh. So I likes that. You guys get on the fan page. It's just, so ItsJus Brandon, bruh. Bruh is BRAH, and just has no T. It's JUS. So It's Just Brandon, bruh. Get at that. Share. I'll be uploading my acting stuff, my stand-up comedy stuff, and any other things that I do in the future, okay? Now, we're getting into this is one of my favorite things. I've just started doing this, and I'm hype about it. It is the IJB playlist, the It's Just Brandon playlist. Now, I like listening to music. I love music. Music is one of my escapes, you know what I mean? Because I can't always play video games. Music is a big thing for me because, you know, it helps me get through the day. It adds, you know, a little bit of flavor and just life to what's going on around me. If I had to just listen to ambient sounds when I'm riding my bike or something, Jesus, I'd go insane. I had to buy myself a 1980s boombox and like 6D batteries. But luckily, thanks to technology, I don't have to. And another point of this is I respect any creative artists. You know, I respect them in general. But music, God, that is hard. Like, you've got to find a track. You've got to find a beat. You got to get, you know, lay the beat down, studio time, all that. I mean, of course, technology has made it a lot more accessible, but I still got to give a lot of respect to any artists out there that are just grinding, doing their thing. And this is just my way of saying I appreciate what you guys have been doing, you know? So first up, One Piece Melody. The track's called A Long Way. This is one of those chilled out tracks. Now, the beat is chilled. You know what I mean? She is dropping knowledge all throughout the track. I could just vibe to this on my bike, sitting on the couch. If I smoked weed, I light up a J, and I could just vibe to this because it's one of those chilled out vibes. I love tracks like that, and I can just just relax, let my mind float too. So definitely get at that. The link's gonna be in the description, so check that out. Words. I've never met this dude, Words, right? But I correspond with him through Twitter and stuff, and the only reason I know of him was because another dude who I did some work with, and this guy is cool peoples. He's a cool dude. I follow him on Insta, I follow him on Twitter. He's cool peoples, but that's not even the half of the story. The dude is lyrically proficient. The guy knows what he's talking about. I listened to his track Shadows. Jesus Christ, it was one of those tracks that you sit back, you think, damn. I thought I was the only person that went through stuff like that. The track is deep. I tell everyone, and their mama, you need to get on you need to get to that track, Shadows. You need to listen to it because the dude is kicking real knowledge. You know what I mean? The link's definitely going to be in the description, so make sure you guys get at that. Next one, TCO, Staying Alive. Now, this may be a little biased because, yes, your boy was in the video, but I only did a little bit of comedy at the beginning. And he was the reason, me and Words actually, we know of each other. But yeah, the track Staying Alive, the BG sample, the flow that he puts into the track, the energy that he brings, it is a track that you can literally get down to. I was upset that I couldn't be in more of the video because it was such a ballin' track for me. I could dance to it. I could chill to it. It's just one of those things that and of course the BG sample, it helps out, but I mean, it's not like it carried it through the whole way, I mean, the dude TCO did his thing. So the link's in the description. Get at that, most definitely. Next track, Epic Hero. I only heard of this because of another person. So it's a friend of a friend or a link of a link or a person of a person. Epic Hero. I heard this because a dude who's on the track, I have him on Facebook, so I checked it out. Track is, I have like a little shoulder bob. I do like, hang it up to me. I have like a little shoulder bob I do to it. It is actually that ill. It is that ill. I definitely recommend that track. Get that on your playlist. The link's in the description. Get on the Soundcloud, which will also be in the description. It is definitely a track that you need on your playlist. Now, last one. I was only going to do 4 tracks initially, right? But I got hollered at by this dude, and he was like, yo, check my track out. I said, all right, cool. Checked it out, and I was like, what? This is actually a banger. I can get down with this. Now, listen, everyone's individual music taste is their individual music taste, you know what I mean? But this is the track. Anything that you do to this track kicks it up about 10 points. If I'm ironing clothes up 10 points while I'm listening to this track. It's called Front to the Back by E-Dubs, you know what I mean? His link is going to be in the description, so definitely check that out. You guys, artists need support like anyone else do. But it's not like a thing where you're trying to be a doctor or lawyer. There is no given path. You have to make it as you go along. And these individuals who are doing it, for me, you get much respect. You get much respect. You get much respect from me. Why? Because you're making your own path and you're doing it, and you're doing it big. So, my hat's off to all of you guys. So definitely keep up the good work. Get at them. The links are definitely going to be in the description, people. Okay. All right. Moving forward. Upcoming events. I've been looking at myself, my career, things I want to do, etc., etc. I do my stand-up comedy, I do acting and stuff, podcasting, blogging, whatever. I'm going to jump into spoken word. Why spoken word, though, It's Just Brandon? I'll tell you why. Person who's pretending to be that they're not It's Just Brandon. Spoken word for me is an avenue of expressing oneself where you can get across issues, whether they're social, political, economical, whatever. You can get these points out, and you can get them out in a really, really deep way. They don't have to be deep. They don't have to rhyme. But spoken word is like one of those art forms that I think is really understated. So I want to jump in that. I'm going to jump into that, and I'm going to definitely get some spoken word shows out. And when I have the dates, you guys will have them, but you'll only have them if you're on my fan page. I can't stress this enough. My fan page is where you're going to find all the information about me. So it's just Brandon, bruh. Remember, that's the only place you're going to find all of my stuff about my shows or whatever else until your boy gets a website. So, yeah. Also, like I said, stand-up comedy shows, they're going to be going on there. And The Good Guys Guide. I made this video series with my boys a couple years ago. Good Guys Guide to Get the Girl was basically how to approach a female and how to talk to her, what to do, what not to do, do's and don'ts and stuff. Now, the next series was the good guy's guide to keep the girl. How to keep your girl, how to keep her interested, how to keep her, happy, if you will. That has hit some snags. So I wanted to get it out the first week of January. That is not, unfortunately, going to be able to happen. It's going to be a little later in January, but it's still going to be January. So I appreciate all of your patience that you guys have with that. Please have patience with me on this. I know it's been a minute since the brothers dropped the video, but just know that I am working, I am keeping it going, and I'm not just going to drop it, you know what I mean? So, it is New Year's Eve! That time again where people make all these ridiculous, fictitious resolutions. Okay, let me be real. I have a problem with resolutions. Why do I have a problem with resolutions? Because I think this. If you're going to wait for one day to hit before you start to change things about your life for the better, you ain't serious about changing your life for the better. If I want to make more money, what am I waiting for? Nothing. I need to be working on that now. That's what you need to do. And for my resolution, I'm trying to, like I said, knock up some more shows, paid shows preferably, and some acting gigs. That's my resolution. Now, do I wait for the first to hit? No. Brother's been putting in work since about 3 weeks ago. I've been putting in work beforehand. Why? Because it's something that I want to do and something that I don't want to wait to do. I want to get it done now. So whatever avenue I have to do that, I'm going to get it done. So if you want to do something, this is like my things to anyone. If you want to do something, don't wait. The internet has made so many things accessible. Only thing you need to do is take the first steps. Google it, get the info, whether it's on YouTube or WikiHow or Wikipedia, whatever. Get that info and make your steps forward. You know what I mean? This is the time of anyone who has ever wanted to do something, they can do it now. Why? Because the internet has made so many things a lot more accessible. What else? Another thing about resolutions, they always start out strong, then they fizzle out. It's like, I'm going jogging every day. Then 3 weeks later it happens. Like, I had to stop because the way my shoelaces rub against my shoes, it creates a friction, which makes the jogging process painful. So, I can't really do that anymore. So I'm going to wait till 2016, and then that's when I'm going to do it next time. Definitely going to follow through and finish to the end. Nah, bump that. If you want to do something, like I said, you're not going to wait until 12 o'clock tonight. You've been doing it now. Hell, do 10 push-ups right now. Go for it. If you want to do it now. You want to do something, do your sit-ups, do your writing, drop a verse, whatever. If you want to do it, do not procrastinate. Do it now, because that's the only way it's going to get done. Not now, but now. No, not now. Now. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, the biggest things about, Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. If there was, it would be interesting, but if there was like a resolution police or a resolution social service that came to check up on your resolutions every 3 months, nobody would be making them. Why? Because you don't want that type of pressure. You don't want that, just 3 months later, hello? We're here to see Brandon about whether or not he's still eating those chocolate ho-hos. Are you still eating those chocolate ho-hos? Well, I was going to stop. No, listen, we're going to give you a warning that we're sending you to jail. You need to stop. You made a resolution on January the 1st that you stop eating those chocolate ho-hos. You need to stop it, or we will take you and we'll put you away under the jail, next to the rapists, next to the murderers, next to the criminals. For eating the ho-hos, don't make the resolution if you can't stick to the resolution. That would be interesting, but of course, I'm retarded when it comes to these things. So, yeah. Biggest thing about New Year's Eve, though, is the parties. The parties. And, hey, maybe you hear some music at the parties that maybe you made the music that goes to the party. I don't know. But I've always been a type of guy who, I love house parties. Clubbing is fun. Clubbing is nice, but I like house parties. Why? Is it because the homie feel? No. Why? Is it because the friends you know? No. Why? It's the food. It is the food. Oh my gosh. I will be at a house party, and I'll be downstairs in the basement where they're doing the dance, maybe 5-10 minutes just to say hi to everyone. Then I'm in the kitchen, because they got 3 big pots on the stove. One's full of oxtail, one's full of curry goat, one's full of jerk chicken. That is where I'm at the whole night. You be like, yo, you see that girl? She dancing. Yo, that girl's going to be there, but that chicken needs to get knocked down. You see that rice and peas pot? My goodness. You can fit 4 small children in that pot. I'm knocking down that rice and peas, that curry goat, the oxtail, and the jerk chicken. That is my party. Everybody be like, 3, 2, let's 3, pass the couch. 1. This is some good chicken. That is my thing. I like to eat. I'm a fat boy in a non-fat guy's body. You know what I mean? That's how I do. And, it may seem like I'm a freeloader, but no. I'll be upstairs with the aunties and the grandmas and the cousins and the uncles. We playing Monopoly and charades where everyone else is dancing, shaking their butts. Why? Because a brother likes food, and I like good times that don't involve sweating, weird B.O. So that's how I roll. Sounds stupid. Moving into the new year. Now, like I said, you go into it as you intend to go on, So if you're rolling with the same friends that hang out on the corner, if you are rolling with them in, 14, you're going to be rolling with them in 15. I'm not saying ditch your friends. I'm not saying do any of that. But I'm saying, like, for anyone who wants to go onward and upward, you got to leave behind the things that were pulling you behind. If you weren't happy in 14, you should leave behind everything in 14 that was messing you up. Like, if a dude tells me, yo, Brandon, I'm going to do bigger and better things in 15. Oh, word? Like what? I don't know. Excuse me? What do you talk about? That person wouldn't even be my friend. That person would be a random stranger who asked me the time, and then the conversation just got segued into that. I don't know how, but it would have. Because I can't roll with people who ain't trying to do bigger and better. I know it sounds like I'm trying to be some type of, like, career police or career Nazi or something, but not even. But it's like, even me personally, like, if I'm working a job which I don't like, I got to be making moves to get out that job. Why? Because I don't like it. If I don't, I'm like committing psychological suicide. It's just slow and painful. Self-harm almost, You got to get yourself up and out of there. That's what you have to do, I mean, I think a lot of things that scare people when it comes to, like, trying to do bigger and trying to do better is the risk. You risk losing this, and you risk, getting out of your comfort zone, and that's uncomfortable, and, there's all these different type of things that can sort of deter you. But I'm like this. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, I don't care. If I see a gorge, and if I jump over that gorge, there's a pot of gold over there, which I could, cash in for about 30,000 G's. I'm not thinking about the fall. I'm thinking that money is a good look. That money is a good look. But if I look down the gorge and I say 40,000 dead bodies, I can live without. I'll turn around, go home, do some push-ups, feel good about myself. There are other ways. I sound like I'm rambling. But it's just like when you're going into the new year, what do you want when you move into this new year? Whether it's, better friends or a better job or even a career, it's just about really doing it now, right now. Because the longer you wait, the further that goal becomes from achieving. You know what I mean? Oh, God. What else is hot in the news today? Oh. Black Bond. I can't beatbox. But, yeah, Idris Elba, a Black Bond. A lot of people are being very upset about this, like a Black James Bond. I don't know why people are upset. Because the moment Daniel Craig became James Bond, he changed the game. James Bond used to be this frail dude, who was, and I don't mean frail as in, like skinny, but he was just this dude, average type of guy, who would be really smooth and suave. Daniel Craig, he was shooting in the gym. Daniel Craig was shooting in the gym. He was like muscular and big. He would break a Pierce Brosnan. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. You would never really see a Pierce Brosnan with a shirt off. Daniel Craig, you just see him in them little blue, I don't know what the hell they were, shorts, Speedo shorts, shortos, I don't know what they were, but they were too tight, too small. But, I mean, James Bond has changed, so they don't want Idris Elba. I say, give it to Idris. He may bring some, I mean, I don't know what they're expecting, like, he comes out of them like, 007, what are you doing? He's eating chicken or something. Yeah, I'm saying, Money Penny, where'd you get this barbecue sauce from, girl? This sauce is the bomb, Yeah, M. What it is? You know me. 007. People think whenever you put something black into the mix, that's going to become inherently ghetto. That's why everyone was shook when Barack Obama became president, because everyone thought, like, he was gonna come out on his like, he's gonna like come out on his opening address. OBZ in his house, what's good? You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out to all my peoples, and back in Chicago. You know what I mean? I want to shout out to all my people. Shout out to my Obamans and my Obamettes. You know what I mean? Because we keep it true, we keep it gangsta up in here in this busy whiz house. Don't you mean the White House, sir? No, I know what I said. I will bomb you, son. I will bomb your country. I will bomb you. Don't you correct the OBZ. You know what I mean? So whenever, you add black into it, someone thinks, or people, a lot of ignorant people think that it's just going to become inherently ghetto. Some things need to change in time. That's what happens. James Bond was never just one guy. It's been different dudes. Make him black. I'll make him Indian. I don't care. Make him Chinese. It'll be interesting. James Bond needs to evolve. That's what keeps him interesting. And the amount of people the movie theater would be so packed if Idris Elba became 007. It would be ridiculous. You'd have women seeing it 4 times in a row. They just have 4 ticket stubs. I got the 4:30 show, I got the 6:30 show, and I got the 8:30 show. Girl, Idris is my 00. That's, I'm not saying it's a good look for me. I mean, Idris, do your thing. I'm glad he's even considered for the opportunity. But he don't do nothing for me because I'm straight. Yeah. Moving on. Now, I want to thank all of you guys who've given questions for future reference. I didn't say this last show, which was my bad. But if you have any questions, anything you want to say, any comments or whatever about the podcast, get at me at ItsJusBrandon@hotmail.com. That is ItsJusBrandon at hotmail.com. Now, moving on to the questions ever so swiftly. Hey man, I had a girl I was friends with and wanted to be more than friends. Ew, saucy. That was a while ago. Okay. She calls me and tells me now she's prego. That's not cool. By her ex. And I'm sorry, I don't mean it's not cool that she's pregnant. I just, that was something like this came out of me. I'm sorry. She's pregnant and I do still want to have a life with her. What do you say to that? I think, good on you. Good on you. If you want to, pursue that, I say, do your thing. Because at the end of the day, girls who've had kids and the baby daddy ain't in the picture, they know, oops, I may have made a spaghetti-o mistake. A lot of girls who want that bad boy type of dude, and they get pregnant and stuff, and they expect him to stay, and they don't. It's just like, wow, oops, that maybe, new Sean wasn't the best choice. Maybe I should have went for old Sean instead of new Sean. No, I'm sorry. But it's like, they realize, okay, well, the game has changed. I need to, get something a little more stable. And that's when the friend zone becomes the, potential boyfriend or potential husband zone. The whole friend zone switches to something else. But I say if you want to do it, but just be aware of what you get into. You're not just in her life, you're in the kid's life, and you're going to have to step up immensely. It's not like getting with a normal girl with no kid. It's a thing where you got to really be mindful that your actions are going to be, going to have serious consequences. And if for some reason you don't want to stay and you've made a bond with that kid, that's going to mess the kid up if they never see you no more than they're used to seeing you like every day for the last couple years. So, you just got to be mindful of those things before you mess with a girl who's pregnant, and you got to make sure she's the one that you could, you want to be cool with, the one you'd want to be with. Because some girls can be, the appetizer of a girl could look really attractive. Then you get to the main course, you think, ugh. And then dessert is just like, no! Personal experience scream, sorry. But yeah, so you just be mindful of those things. Next one. Yo, Deli! Man, I get the fact that Deli Boy is what I went by once upon a time, but I would really like if people could, adapt to the new name of ItsJusBrandon. Or an acronym of that, whatever. I saw your Twitter, and I noticed your post on not editing for anyone in 2015. Do you hate editing now? And does that mean you won't be making any more videos in 2015? Okay, I don't hate editing. Editing is something that I taught myself because I needed to learn how to do it to make my comedy sketches that I want to make once upon a time. I first started out doing acting. Acting was cool, but then it was like, well, who's going to film your sketches? Like, okay, well, let me learn how to film. Okay, I filmed. Who's going to edit it? Oh, God, okay, let me learn how to edit. So that's how that happened. So I learned how to film, I learned how to edit, and that was all cool. But what happened was I actually lost track of why I got into it. So what happened was I edited for someone else who would recommend me someone else, who'd recommend me something else. And a lot of these jobs were free, which I didn't have a problem with because I gained massive amounts of experience from it, which is freaking beautiful. I now have an insight for editing, which I never had before. So that's been like freaking really, really cool. But what it was, towards the end of my editing like days, I started working for like very unappreciative people. And like editing is a very, very, very simple thing, but the process is, a little long and drawn out. Now, I'm the type of guy, if you know what you want, tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. If you don't know what you want, tell me you don't know what you want, cool, I know what I'm working with. But like what would happen, I would edit a job for someone and be like, okay, they give me okay, Brandon, can you change these 6 things? Like, all right, cool. Bang, 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 bang. Change all 6, send it to them. They say, okay, cool. Then they send me back a list of 14 things. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, I knocked out the 6. Why do you have more? If you give me a list of 14, I knock it out. You give me a list of, I don't know, 10, then 7, then 6, then 3, then 2. I get that. But don't give me a list of 6. I knock out the 6, I send it back. You give me 14. It's like, wait. What's going on? It does not make any sense to me. And then they be like, well, I just didn't notice this before. Well, that's not my bad, is it? You know what I mean? If you knew what you wanted, then we wouldn't be going through this. So that was one of the major things that deterred me. And like a lot of people would take advantage of the fact that as I'm editing for free, they can just, do whatever and ask me to be whenever and just like, look, my time is my time. It's as precious as yours is. So, respect that. But that wasn't coming across. So I said, you know what? Bump it. I'm not editing for you guys anymore. I'm not editing for you. I'm editing for myself. And unless someone like George Lucas comes along and say, Brandon, we need you, I ain't editing jack for anyone. This year's about me. Call me selfish, I'll say thank you. Call me Brandon for short. But no more editing for anyone else because, as it is, it's just like, it was sort of not a waste of time, but it's not. I don't get the appreciation that I want from it. So, yeah, I'm done with that. I will be making videos in 2015, but they'll all be for myself, from myself, so just put that on point. Next and final question. Hey, it happened. Oh, it happened. In the next freaking question. Hey, IJB. The acronym is there, people. I heard your last podcast and was relieved you hadn't died as it's been over a year since your last video. This person has lip. I just found out that my best friend is dating a girl that I like, and I haven't told him I liked her. But whenever I see them together, I get very upset and leave the area. I want to tell him, but I don't want to make things difficult. What can I do? Okay. Well, the fact that you leave when they're around, that's already making things a little difficult, It's sort of weird, you guys are out, you're out, or your boy's out, and then you see them together, you just up and bounce. I mean, what are you, Superman? You just find a phone booth? I mean, random diarrhea can only hit you so many times, It's like, I would honestly say, sit down with your boy and tell your boy. And to be honest, not to be a douche or anything, but you really got to congratulate him because, yo, he did it. He manned up and he talked to her. No disrespect to you at all, because I'm pretty sure you had your reasons why she was a girl you liked and not a girl that you liked and hollered at. You know what I mean? But you got to give him credit it's due. And plus, he didn't know. If you told him you liked her and he said, oh, word, cool. All right, next week, yo, me, Shantanice going out. That's messed up. You know what I mean? That's not a cool move on his part. But as he didn't know, he just did what any guy would do. I like this female. I'm going to holler at this female, and I'm going to see where it goes. He did that, and the brother got the prize. I'm not saying they're going to work out forever. They may not. But, you got to accept the fact that, he made the move, and, just like tell him how you feel. And, if he's like, real cool, he'll accept the fact like, yo, thanks for telling me. I didn't know. If I did know, I wouldn't have did it, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? In regards to like me, my male friends, the guy code is simple. I will let you know any girl that I am interested in. Why? Because I don't want us to butt heads. The most uncomfortable thing in the world is when a girl is stuck between two guys and they're both friends. It's like that Saw trap. Except, you're not trying to kill nobody. But it's just awkward because it's like, well, you like her, she like her. You like her, she like her, my bad. You like her, your boy like her, you both talk to her. Next thing you know, you're stuck in this weird love triangle. And, don't no one really want to be involved in those things. That's not nice. So sit down with your boy, talk to your boy, tell him how you're feeling, and, you have to accept the fact that, yo, he made that move, Like, you can't hate on him for that. And I am saying you can't hate him. You may want to. You may be very upset, But you can't hate on him because, he made that move. So, just sort of be happy for him and keep your eyes open. Next time, you see a girl you like, you go talk to her. Don't wait. There is no reason to wait. Holla at her. I don't care if you got to say, tell me fellas if you seen her. No, I don't care if you have to do that or, you remind me of a girl that I... Do what you need to do, but make that move and talk to her, and don't look back. Because if you don't, you're just always going to regret, and one of these situations could pop up and slap you in the face, and that's never nice. You don't ever, ever, ever want that. So, that's my opinion on that matter. People, it has been over half an hour, so it is my time to go. But before I do go, I want to say any questions, anything you want to send, hit me up on my Twitter, ItsJusBrandon, or hit me up on my email, ItsJusBrandon@hotmail.com. I want to thank all the artists who, gave me your info or hollered at me or allowed me to, put your information out there. Much respect. Thank you. I wish you all the best in your career endeavors, and I look forward to hearing from all of you guys. Thank all of you guys for listening to the podcast. Spread the podcast, people. Share. Even if you don't care, share. You know what I mean? When I have my shows, I'm going to put them out for you. Get at the fan page. It's Just Brandon, bruh. Fan page on Facebook. Get at me. Have a very happy new year. Be safe. Don't be too crazy. Love you guys.